Exploring the wilderness has grown in popularity by leaps and bounds over the past decade. More and more people want to go out and enjoy nature, whether it's deep in the woods or at a provincial park outside of a major city. It's become such a popular activity that auto manufacturers are now building bespoke car models to tackle the off-road terrain. Two such models are the 2023 Subaru Outback and the 2023 Mazda CX-50. For a long time now, Subaru has been competing in rally championships across the globe. The knowledge they've learned from rally racing has trickled down into their vehicles. Mazda, on the other hand, has competed more on street circuits, so they have a lot of knowledge in building sporty driving vehicles. This difference in the two companies' heritage is apparent when you start driving these two vehicles. The Mazda CX-50 sits on the same platform as the new Mazda 3 and also the Mazda CX-30. It is available with a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder engine, and this standard engine produces 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. However, if you're wanting for more power, there's an optional turbocharged version of this 2.5-liter engine. The turbo version produces up to 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. Now, the reason why I say up to is because it produces that much power and torque if you use premium fuel. If you decide to use regular fuel and save yourself some money at the pumps, then this engine can produce 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Still a pretty healthy amount. Both of these engines are paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Not to be outdone, the Subaru Outback is also available with two engines. The standard engine is a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder, but unlike the inline-4 of the Mazda CX-50, the Outback has a boxer engine. It has 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque. The optional engine in the Subaru Outback is a turbocharged 2.4-liter boxer four-cylinder, and it can produce 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. So that is a little bit less torque than the turbocharged engine in the Mazda CX-50, but unlike that turbo engine in the Mazda, this turbo engine in the Outback does not require premium fuel. Both of the engines in the Subaru Outback are paired with CVT automatic transmissions. These two cars trade punches when it comes to fuel economy. The Subaru Outback's 2.5-liter engine is more efficient than the Mazda CX-50's standard 2.5-liter engine. As you can see from these fuel economy figures, the Outback has better city and highway fuel economy numbers than the Mazda CX-50. However, when it comes to the turbo engines, it's the one in the Mazda CX-50 that's a little bit more efficient. Again, from looking at the figures, the CX-50's turbo engine is just a little bit more efficient than the Subaru Outback's turbo engine when it comes to city fuel economy. But they both have the exact same highway fuel economy numbers. Both vehicles are equipped with all-wheel drive, and both of them have off-road drive modes to make it a little bit easier for you to navigate when the going gets tough. However, each of these vehicles have a couple of aces up their sleeves when it comes to off-road driving. The Subaru Outback is available in the Wilderness trim. This raises the ride height to 230 millimeters, which is an increase of 10 millimeters over the standard Subaru Outback, and this also improves the approach and departure angles. This trim also enhances the off-road drive modes and gives the Outback a shorter ratio transfer case and rear differential. Not to be outdone, the Mazda CX-50 has 210 millimeters of ground clearance when equipped with the standard 17-inch wheels. But if you opt for the optional 20-inch wheels like this demo vehicle, the ride height increases to 218 millimeters and the approach angle improves to 19 degrees, almost identical to that of the Outback Wilderness. Being able to go through the rough stuff is one thing, but carrying passengers and their cargo for a camping trip is something different. Thankfully, both of these SUVs are pretty spacious. They both have very similar amounts of legroom and headroom for the front seats, but the difference is in these back seats. The Subaru Outback has about an inch more headroom than the Mazda CX-50. However, the Mazda CX-50 has about half an inch more legroom in these back seats than the Subaru Outback. Further behind the seats, the Subaru offers a bit more cargo capacity than the Mazda. It is available with 923 liters of space with the rear seats up and 2,141 liters of space with the seats folded. The Mazda CX-50 has 889 liters of space with the rear seats up and 1,595 liters with the seats folded. Should you need to carry more cargo, both of these vehicles can tow up to 3,500 pounds when equipped with the turbocharged engines. But what if you get lost in the woods? Well, thankfully, both of these vehicles are available with satellite navigation as well as wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. So finding a road back home shouldn't be that difficult. If you want to spend the night in either of these SUVs, they both have heated front seats and available heated rear seats, as well as automatic climate controls, dual zone automatic climate controls, I should add. Other features on these vehicles include heated steering wheels, leather trimmed upholstery, LED headlights so you can clearly see at night, power liftgates, roof rails that actually allow you to pitch a tent on top of the car, albeit a small tent, and also surround view cameras, so when you are driving on the trails, you can see big rocks and avoid them. These two vehicles are also among the safest on sale today. Both of them received Top Safety Pick Plus awards from the IIHS, or Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. They not only scored well in crash tests, but also received top marks for their advanced driver aids and safety features. Some of these include automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning with lane keep, adaptive cruise control, rear cross traffic alert, and blind zone sensors, to name a few. By now, you must be wondering, how much are these crossover SUVs? The 2023 Mazda CX-50 starts at $38,250 for the GSL trim. The GT trim starts at $43,200 and the CX-50 can cost as much as $48,200 with the new Meridian Top trim. The 2023 Subaru Outback starts at a lower price of $32,695, but it can cost almost as much as the CX-50 at the other end, with the Premier XT trim starting at $46,395. So which one of these two off-road SUVs is best? Well, that really depends on how you plan on using them. If you find yourself driving quite often out into the wilderness with your family and all of their cargo, then the Subaru Outback is the better choice for you. But if you stick to mainly city driving and only occasionally go out into nature, then the Mazda CX-50 is a better bet. Whichever one you choose though, you're getting a powerful, spacious, and very safe crossover SUV. If you'd like to know more about the Mazda CX-50 or the Subaru Outback, please don't hesitate to contact one of our product advisors at OpenRoad Mazda Port Moody or OpenRoad Subaru Boundary. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.